the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live.
Hardcore from the Boxing Voice, and I got the one and only Amir Mansour. How you doing today, brother?
Good, man. Good, man. Good. Trying to get some good workouts in, you know?
Looked like you was getting it in there, fella. I seen some heavy work just going on just now. Yeah, definitely seen some 6 and 7 minute rounds there, so you're definitely in shape and totally ready.
Yeah, no question, man. That's one of the many reasons why I chose to work with Fred this fight, because I knew that he was gonna push me every day, like every day. He not gonna let you come in here and skate, man. He gonna make you work. So that's one of the things that I really love about him as a trainer. He knows how to push you. And, you know, he's a former fighter himself, so he knows what's necessary for a fighter day in and day out, you know what I mean?
That's what's up. But listen here, man. I know a lot about you, but maybe some people out there, there's some casual fans that don't know about you. Tell them a little bit about yourself and how you got into boxing and everything.
Well, I got into boxing as a young youth, you know, one of the many, many at-risk black youths, you know, and boxing was something that I was really good at. You know, I started boxing in an adult prison. I was a juvenile at the time, you know, my nickname was Youngin', you know, and
that's a word we use in DC.
You know, I used to get my ass whooped every day, man. I come back to the block, man, nose bleeding, t-shirt bloody. But to me, it was fun. You know, I grew up wrestling, man, so a little bloody nose wasn't nothing. And I really enjoyed it. And everybody that was whipping my ass within like a year, you know, I ended up literally not just being better than them, but I got them all back. I knocked every single one of them out. And a lot of the older guys used to tell me, yo, turn pro, turn pro, turn pro. So when I came home, I turned pro. No amateur, you know what I mean? Just straight to the pros. And actually, when I started fighting in prison, there was a dude they called Pitbull. He was like 5-time prison state champ. And I actually fought him in my 4th or 3rd professional fight. I stopped him in 2 rounds. Wow. And this was the guy that, you know, was...
That dude.
That dude, you know, when I first put gloves on, you know, so... That just tells you how, you know, quickly I advanced at the sport, you know what I mean? Just something that I really love doing. And long story short, man, you know, I had a record of 9-0. I ended up getting in some trouble, went to prison, came home after 8.5 years, went back, you know what I mean, into the ring. Within a year, I had beat Dominic Gwynn for the WBO NABO title, and just kept going from there. I've won just about every junior title there is to win out here, you know, and I'll tell you about maybe like 2 years ago, you know, basically just really the politics of this sport really kind of like took the steam and drive, you know, out of me, you know. So for the last few years, I haven't really done that good, you know, as I can. You know, my last decent fight was against Travis Kaufman for the USA WBC title, and, you know, they promoting the fight like winner gets wilder, and, you know,
I remember that.
I beat the guy 12-round decision. And once again, I win a title, supposed to get a world title shot, and it doesn't happen. So you can imagine, man, you know, winning 6, 7 titles. Each time you win one, you think you're going to get a world title shot. It never happens. And it kind of, you know, takes the steam out of you, and it's like, what am I even doing this shit for anymore, you know? And so I really had to get back motivated for this fight right here, you know? Just had to really try and motivate myself to get up for it.
Yeah, that is what's up.
Hey, throw me my towel.
I remember that fight that you had against Brazil, man. That was a tough fight.
Yeah, man, that was
totally a tough fight, and actually I had you winning it until you got your tongue.
You and all the judges.
Yeah.
You know, I had actually won every single round of that fight. One judge gave him that 5th round, one judge, but technically, you know, I won every single round. I had a knockdown, so the only way he could have won it if he stopped me. But what happened was the 2nd round, I end up clipping both sides of my tongue. I end up getting 9 stitches on this side, 8 stitches on this side. Just so much blood I was swallowing. I was holding in my throw up because I wanted to vomit. And later, they had to induce me to throw up when I got to the hospital because I had just swallowed too much blood and it was poison in my system. Like, I could have actually died if I'd have kept going, you know what I'm saying? And but really, that's the biggest disappointment of any loss that I've had, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough one. I remember watching that fight, and I had you up for sure, you know what I mean? And you was really putting it on them, you know what I mean? Yeah. And, well, you got one fight coming up this weekend. And you're going to be fighting Efe Ajaba, young guy. What you know about him?
He's basic, you know what I mean? I mean, what the hell? He's 7-0, 8-0, you know what I'm saying? He's basic, man. You know, of course, he hasn't been down the roads in that ring that I've been down, you know, but he has youth on his side, you know, and he has, you know, the machine behind him, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a challenge, man, but really all I have to do is go out there and do what I can do best, and he has to fight the best fight of his life, you know. All I have to do is just do what I can do easily, you know, but he has to perform the best he ever performed in his whole career.
I totally agree. A lot of people been ducking him lately. You know, they call him the up-and-coming boogeyman. But one thing I've learned about you, you don't duck no rack.
No, I take
whatsoever. And I've never seen you duck. Any fight that they ask you about, you say yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're definitely looking forward to seeing that fight. I can't wait to see that particular fight, and I'm pretty much sure that you're going to give him all that he deserved that night. Listen here, give the people your social media so they can get at you, know where to find you.
My Facebook is Amir Hardcore Mansour. My Instagram is Amir_Hardcore Mansour. And you can find me on either one, you know. You go to my Instagram, I'm really about, you know, things that's going on in the world and history and stuff like that. You're not going to even see too much boxing, you know what I mean?
Historian, huh?
Yeah, man, I love history. I've been studying history consistently, aggressively since like '89, you know?
They say if you learn history, you'll learn the future.
Yeah, no question,
It just repeats itself all the time.
Yeah, I think history is one of the things that keeps black people on the lower level throughout the world, on the lower food chain, lower part of the food chain. I believe that history plays the #1 role in that because everyone's perception of us is what the media and what the concealing and covering up of history has done and presented to the world. Yeah. Yes, I mean, it's just really, truly a shame what Hollywood and the media has done to black people when it comes to our culture and our history. It's a travesty what they have done to us and what they continue to do. It's just a travesty. And, you know, I just like putting truth out there, you know what I mean? And I like telling people who they really are when it comes to telling black people about their culture and their history and stuff like that, and the great contributions that we made to not just the society, but to the entire world and civilization. You know, it's a shame that you have a race of people that gave birth to every civilization in the world: Europe, France, Italy, Rome, you know, Germany, Russia, Europe, England, you know, Spain.
Everybody got a little black in them.
And it's not just that everybody has a little black in them. It's just, it's that we have literally gave them civilization. Greece, you know, we gave Greece knowledge. We gave Greece, we educated Greece. We educated Europe. We educated Rome. We educated Spain. We educated these people when they were in the dark ages. We were building pyramids that they can't even duplicate today. When they was in the dark ages and lost a lot of their scientists and knowledge, you know, they had to come to us to get it back. And it's a shame that, you know, when they do project us historically, when it's great things that we've done, it's a white man in our place, you know. Right. I think that's a travesty, man. I think that's, I think it's racist. I think it's very racist, and I just think it's wrong, you know. And that's one of the reasons why the world looks at us the way that they do. Like, they just coming out with another movie about Moses. The scientists know, the genetics know, the anthropologists know, the historians know that during the time of Moses, the Egyptians were a black people. But every single movie you see, everybody's white in the movie.
That's
now,
true.
You know, a white person may be upset with me saying that because they've been taught their entire lives that these people were white. But the truth of the matter is that they wasn't white. They were black people. They were us. That's our history, and it continues to be stolen and covered up and concealed. So,
and it was
anyway,
smack dead in Africa.
Yes, exactly. Smack dead in Africa, man. And now they got this guy, the Egyptianologist out here, you know, and he's a racist. He continues to try and turn the Egyptians into anything but black, you know, and it's just a shame,
Yeah,
man.
we
It's
can
just
go
really
on and
a
on
shame.
with that.
Yeah.
I totally understand what you're talking about.
It's really a shame, man, what they've done to our history and what they continue to do. You know, because you got to think, if you're a European or a Japanese or Asian, and you feed into what you are taught historically and even present day about black people, you probably wouldn't like us either. You understand? You know, every time you look at the news, black dudes is doing this, black dudes is doing that. They never contributed to anything, you know. They just, you know, they in the jungle running around butt naked, you know what I mean? So that's the perception of us. So if the true history is ever presented, if it's ever presented correctly, then people will have a respect for us. The Asians, they can say, wow, you know, we wouldn't be having this great architecture we have if it wasn't for the blacks giving us mathematics and architecture, you know, and the same with the Europeans and everybody else around the world. And I think it would condescend a better understanding and respect towards us as a people. And it's definitely one of the things that can knock and tear down, you know, racism throughout the world.
That is so true. Well, listen, brother, it was truly a pleasure meeting you.
No question.
And we're looking forward to seeing you this weekend on the 9th.
Yeah.
Okay, and exactly where that's going to be where?
California. It's on the Sean Porter undercard. Sean Porter undercard.
Okay.
I don't remember the arena that it's something. It's close to this. It's close to the big arena over there. What is it called? No, the where I fought Brazil at. It's in Carson, California.
Okay.
The arena is the biggest arena they got in Carson, California. Okay. You'll find
that's
it.
That's hardcore to find.
Yeah.
But listen, it was truly a pleasure meeting you today, brother.
No
this
question.
is Amir Mansour, I'm sorry. And this is Jay Hardcore.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, entitled betting shows. The list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.